All right, so I took URLFam for a spin, and I got to tell you, this is slightly different from the recent products that I have promoted in the sense that it is not all AI. Yeah, this is actually going back to the days when we were creating products that did something other than AI. So what is URLFam? It lets you create mobile first pages, mobile first websites that can be used to promote any product, any service you want. And instead of making a website that's for the computer, it creates one that's for the mobile phone, and you can link it with your social media. People can click and go to that link. They can discover whatever offer you are trying to promote. They can also find the links to other websites or other web pages that you might have. So let's go in and take a look at URLFam. But before we do, I have a very important reminder. You can get any of my products free of cost, and take a look, I've got a plenty. So all of these products that I have created that help you in everything in online marketing, PPC, marketing tools, video, digital components, email marketing, whatever you can think of, I've got a tool for that, and you can grab my tools free of cost when you get URLFam from me. And how does that work? It works thanks to this amazing program that I have set up. It's Technique Force Rewards program, and it rewards you for purchasing products from me. Every time you purchase a product, you get points in your reward store, and then you can use those points to get my applications or even credits for use in any of my applications absolutely free of cost. All right, so now back to URLFam. I'm already logged in, as you can see. And on the dashboard, you've got things like how many links you created. I've only done one, which was for testing. Then you've got some templates, the kind of websites that you can create. This is quite visible over here. And you can see there is quite a huge number of options for every single industry that you can think of, right? So whether you're a digital photographer, a car company, whether you are a grocery store, there's a template for everyone. And you don't really need those templates, honestly, because you can create your own custom websites. We're going to do that in just a moment. All right, so this is my existing site. To create a new one, I just clicked on create link, and I can either start from scratch, or you can see all of these different templates that I can select from. There are quite a few, right? For many different niches. Keep on giving you more options. I think this is the end of the story. So this one's for the coach. This one's for a makeup artist. And there's another category called luxury. So I think this is for the time when you buy the upsell, you will get access to the luxury option. And then you get access to even more templates, right? Now, honestly, I think the templates in the main section are quite good enough, and they are quite good. So I don't know if you want to be worried about getting luxury just for this feature. There are, of course, a number of other features that will help you, so we'll focus on that. Now I'm going to pick a template that kind of speaks to me. I think I'll go for this one, this guy, Fit Guy, who's a coach and a trainer. So you can either preview it, right? It's building it, showing it to you in a moment, and I think it's kind of downloading it, so give me a few seconds. So that took about 10 seconds, and now we've got the template preview. So you can see the entire template. It's got some animation effects too, right? And it's got links, like you can click on stuff. There's a location thing. So let's click on use template, and we'll need to give it a name. So I'll call it Jeet Coach. And let's see if we can get Jeet Coach over here. All right, that's done. So I think now it's putting things together, loading the assets. So we're gonna come back to you after it finishes. Okay, so we have the page now in the edit mode, and you can see that this template here is built by components that are from URLFam itself. So it's 100% customizable. Now each section you can just click on edit, and you can just change stuff, right? If you wanna, for example, change this photograph, I'm gonna put in my own photograph, that's important. So something for social media, I think this one, maybe this. I actually look like a fitness instructor in this one. Oh yeah, perfect. Coach, trainer. And if you want to put in there's a catch line over here that you can change. Marketing coach. Mentor. So this color is, of course, what will look good here, and you can see it's pretty good. Now you can put in your links to social media. You can change whatever you need to change, put in your custom links, right? And if you want to move this section around, you can do that too. So I'm contracting it, and if you want to move it below the grid, for example, for some reason, you can do that. And now the grid is above the social media section. So that way you can kind of rejig the order of things, right? So I will leave it at that. Then the grid, you've got multiple items in the grid, and you can add a new item. So you've got things like about, activities, and member, 3 items. And if you wanted to add a new one, you can add a heading and then a section header, and that's all that will take, right? So you can put in information about your activities, what you're trying to do, right? So you could say things like, for example, here, coaching, SEO, for example, and then you can put in social media, and maybe this time here, email marketing, right? So all of the things that are relevant to your business, you can put this in, and you can build up your profile like that. I think all of this is fine, right? We'll just take a look at more settings. Then there is the paragraph, which is the text that we put in. This one, our social club is dedicated to promoting fitness. So whatever you want, you can change here, you can modify. Well, I don't see an option to change this here. The text is not displayed for some reason. Okay, next you also have images. So you can see this image. You got full images, you got split images, you can even put a grid of 4, or you can put sliders, and then you can click and select images from the library, right? Now in style, you can do things like background color. You can put in an animation, for example, fade in, and I think fade looks actually much better than flip or whatever that style was. And you can have multiple images. So you can see there were multiple images. So the second one was actually a grid of 2. So when we collapse this, we can expand the next one maybe, and you can see in settings. Okay, so I'm in the back on the same one. You can see in the settings there is a grid of 2. By the way, you can change the name of these headers. You can put in whatever you want. So let's say we call it golfers. There's a guy playing golf. No, it's baseballs. So we'll say kids playing, right? Whatever you want to put in, you can. So you will be able to identify each section easily. Collapse that. Then we have another grid over here. This one, it's a long grid. In style, you can modify the style of the grid. And in locker, again, you know, if you want to make it unchangeable, you can kind of do that. So when people want to see this, they will kind of either need a password, or they will need to opt in. Or if you're creating something for the adults, maybe it's an OnlyFans promo, then you can make it 18 plus, totally up to you. All right, awesome. So you can also have a list, right? This is a list. Each item is separate, and you can modify the item, modify the text. There's a heading, there is a description. So it can actually look good. If you want, you can add a link to. So if you want to add a link to maybe technicforce.com, right, you can do that, and it will be added. When people click on this, they will be taken to technicforce.com. And finally, there is a section for Google Map. Give it your header, put in your iframe, and you can embed the map, and then you have the map here, and people will be able to view it. So how easy was it to set up a complete page? Now, if you want to add your own sections, that's not hard either, right? So far I've only modified, and let's say I wanted to put in some information to contact me. I can click on add block, and I can call it maybe contact, and click on add, and now a new block has been added over here, and it's named contact. Now if I want to add something to it inside of it, then I can click on this plus button over here, add element, and it gives me all the elements that are available. You can see there are quite a few: profile, heading, paragraph, images, link, YouTube video, Vimeo, TikTok, WhatsApp chat. Yeah, I think WhatsApp is pretty good, right? So let's put in WhatsApp chat, and let's call it contact me, message me, right? So now you have this nice WhatsApp button over here, right? And I think if you expand it, you can modify it further. So message me, right? And if you want to put in a subtitle, you can. Let's get talking. You can do that. If you want to put in a phone number, of course, for WhatsApp, you will need a phone number. You can do that. And if you want to send up an automatic message, you can do that too. So people who come to your page can message you through WhatsApp, which is cool, right? So we got a bunch of other things too. In add element, there is opt-in, so people can actually sign up, and that's great, right? You can put in an opt-in over here. Maybe I should put it in another location, not this one, but just for demonstration purpose, I'm gonna let it be. Then you also have QR codes, so people can scan it. You can have a form. You can let people upload a file, make appointments with you, and then people can click a button. Again, I think you will need to put in your details over here and style, like what you want. And locker, you can put in password if you want to. And if you click on add appointment, you can put in details like what your appointment is about, and people will be able to use the URLFam setup itself to send an appointment to you, and you will get notified, right? Let's continue looking at what new options are there. All right, so we can have messenger, webinar registration, rating. People can rate you, which is great. Instagram feeds, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok feed, social media, brand promotion, products, right? But it's a part of the upsell luxury version. Donate, buy button, great list, slider, greeting card. Let's look at buy button. I do have the luxury one, right? I'm going to delete the appointment, and now we have buy now. I'm going to delete it, and we have buy now over here, and you can send them directly to your buy link, right? So if you have a product that you are selling, obviously you would have a buy link for it that leads straight to the payment page. You can have that. So you can build a pretty interesting pages with this, promoting anything. These are mobile first pages, and this is a custom URL that is set to you, right? In settings, you can do things like add a payment gateway. You can have SMTP so that people get notifications, and you can also have your own custom domain, right? So you can change this to whatever you want, and you can have multiple pages too. So if you want to create another page, let's say about, and create it, you can then link from your home page to your about page, right? So there was a section for linking, so I'll just go in there and click on plus. There is a section for link, and now I can set it to my about page right over here. So this is the link, you can see, and I can just go back to the home page, then click on contact, click on link over here, and we can say things like about me and put in the link, and then people who click on this will be taken to the second page that you have created, that you're about to create, right? So this way you can set up nearly entire websites. No hosting required, no manual work required. Apart from this creation, no need to hire anyone. Everything is in here. It's pretty good if you are a solo creator, if you want it for your business, or if you have clients that could need websites like this, mobile first websites. It can be practical for any sort of business, whether it's e-com or it's local businesses, right? Or you are a creator, you are a part of the creator economy, you want to have a website, nice website linking to your social media, where people can actually come to your site and interact with you, send you messages, or book you for offers and whatever service or product you're trying to sell. It works pretty well. So let's go back and look at other stuff. We just created the Jeet Coach. I'll go to dashboard again. Now we've got two links over here. In my links, you can see your links. When you create a link, you can start from scratch too. That was what I did earlier. And let's call it, for example, Cyril Jeet, and let's get a custom link again, create. And you've got the empty profile, kind of a very empty page over here. You can change things in it with setting. For example, let's say you want to change the color. Absolutely, it's a gradient, so you can kind of make it look different. I'm not really good with colors though, you can see that. So yep, this is how it works. And if you want to hide the branding, you can, right? No need to show powered by URLFam if you don't want to. So all of these things are available here. Cyril Jeet, let's put in some footer text. Right, so payment, click on add payment, then you can add your PayPal or your Stripe. In SMTP settings, again, I showed it to you. So let's go back here. Now we've got Cyril Jeet, and turn it on. Just click on this button, and this time it's not getting published because it's not ready yet. So we gotta finish some work, I think. So you need to come inside and then click on this publish button. So that will publish it. And then when you go back, you will see the status is published, and you can publish and unpublish it after that. First time it needs to be published, and then you can just turn it on and off like that. So if you're selling this service to a customer, let's say you set up a bunch of websites for local businesses and you have them on recurring, so you got to pay me every month or every year, whatever plan you're working on. And if they don't pay up, you can just shut it down like this, and when they see that the service is not working for them, they will definitely want to reinstate it and pay you, right? So again, in features, we have brand promotions. You can create a brand promotion page. You can create an invoice. So if you're providing this as a service, you can make an invoice for it. So that is pretty good stuff, right? You can sell products by creating products. There's a library of things like all the assets that you uploaded, whether images or anything, they show up over here in the media library. In analytics, you can see details like the leads data, donations, forms, anybody who's filled a form for you. If people have purchased things, then you will see the purchase data. If people have booked appointments, you will see that. If people signed up for webinars, you will see that too. And white label, again, is another feature of this product. So if you bought the right version, right, if you bought the white label rights, you can actually white label this product, call it with your own name and sell it, right? So it gives you the right to sell it by yourself. So that's pretty interesting. And I did show you the templates already. So this is the product. It is actually pretty easy to understand, right? It's not complicated, not hard to understand. And it creates these mobile sites, which are beautiful, which are good to look at and are extremely useful. Who are the target markets for this? I would say local businesses, definitely creators, a lot. Absolutely every creator needs to have something like this. And they can use this to sell their own services. You can see a bunch of these templates for every sort of niche that you could want to work with, and you can just add images, and you will have a finished website very soon. So this is how URLFam works, and I'm sure if you want to get this product, you will want to get it through me. Why? Because that way I can give you access to my Technic Force Rewards program. So this is the website for Technic Force Rewards, technicforcerewards.in. And if you purchase URLFam from me, your account will be auto-created, right? You don't need to do anything to create it. It will already be here. Okay, so this is a new feature in Chrome. I don't care about it earlier, so remind me later. This is the Technic Force Rewards website. There is a little demo.
Hey guys, this is Cyril. Your account is already created, and here's the store, the list of all of our products.
It shows you how to get access with just a single click, right? You can get access to any of my products very easily. And your account is auto-created. Let me just remind you of that. So you don't need to do anything over here. If you don't know your email and password, that is, if you haven't logged in before, just click on Forgot Password and you will be able to log in. You can reset your password this way. So again, this was URLFam. You can create unlimited number of micro websites, mini websites, or mobile first websites, whatever you want to call them. You will of course be able to create multi-page websites. You can grab leads, get orders, get bookings for whatever appointments you are trying to set up, get donations, and you can do it all without setting up any kind of infrastructure. So if you decide to get it, I will see you on the inside. This is Cyril Gupta signing off.